Oh, okay. I just left the house. I was gonna ride over that way if you're gonna be there.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'm just feeling doing small shit.
Okay. All right, I'll be there. All right. What's happening, YouTube? Goldwingin with Derrick, and we are riding through the city on my way to my brother's house. I showed you in the last video real quick pic of his GL 1500, so maybe we'll get some more. Maybe today will be the day we get some footage. He's got a few things going on with it. He's doing some audio upgrades himself. So pretty much he has a very similar audio setup to mine. And I know he's making some changes to it as well. So safe to say the same lessons that I learned, he's learning. As a matter of fact, we pretty much learned those lessons together. So he lives on the west end of downtown. I live on the east end of downtown. So we got to go downtown first and then out towards his house. That's kind of the way the highway system is here. Tell you what, I got my hair restyled earlier this week on Monday. As a matter of fact, my locks were very thick and very long and very in the way, and I got them styled out to where I don't have as much hair, still long, but not interfering with me wearing my helmet. So I'm finally able to get the tech helmet on, one with my GoPro and my microphone and the Sena SMH10, kind of all hooked into the helmet. And this helmet is so very comfortable now. I mean, it's the perfect fit. It's not digging into my forehead. It's not making me lightheaded to wear it. Who knew a hairstyle would make the difference, but it does. But yeah, this is the helmet that I'm most comfortable wearing, particularly when I'm riding the highway. I have a gang of helmets. I have the chrome German style one. That's a novelty helmet. I have a half helmet, the half shell helmet. I have the 3/4 helmet. And then I have this one that I'm wearing now. So I kind of keep this one with me. Excuse me, and I wear my German style one if we're just kind of riding the city and, you know, not doing a bunch of terribly hard riding. I wear my German style hat when I'm just kind of in the city and want to enjoy the sunlight a little bit. But if I'm on the highway at all, I prefer the fuller helmet. I know there's some people who go without helmets, and I've gone without a helmet. Again, if I know I'm just going to be riding the city, I'll relax the rule a little bit, but if at all on the highway, if I even think for a minute I'm going to be on the highway, do the safest possible thing and wear a full helmet. It's kind of windy out here today, a little bit. Just cruising. Not in a hurry to get anywhere. It's just nice to get out when you can. I'm a single parent, and so I spend time with my children. I have days that I spend with my children, and the last 3 or 4 days I've been with them, and that's not a complaint in the slightest. I love my children. But on the days that I don't have them with me, I like to get out and ride, so that's exactly how I'm spending my time. That and I ride this pretty much when I don't have my children. I leave the car parked and drive this. I don't know what it's like in your city, but in my city, gas is, I think, $3.85 a gallon. I put Supreme in here, and yeah, it's like $3.85. So if I can cut a corner and not spend so much money on putting gas in the car by riding this, then so be it. So I ride my bike for fun, but I also ride it for practicality too. Tomorrow we're going to hop on the road and ride up to Erie, PA. It's about 2 hours from here. We're just going to hop on the highway, and we're going to go up near the lake and enjoy some scenery, enjoy some food, and then make it on back to Pittsburgh. That's how we're going to spend tomorrow. I don't know if my brother's going to make that ride with me or not. I'd like for us to get out and test these Sennas too, but I know he's doing some work on his, so we probably won't get to ride today. My LEDs on. Starting to get it ain't dark yet, but starting to get to where seeing them would make a difference. So let's put them on. Come on, man. Oh, what are you? Come on. What? Are you kidding me? That's what we do in Pittsburgh. That's Pittsburgh driving right there. Waiting until the last available minute to get over. I'd say somebody's on me. I couldn't see him, but I could hear him. That's funny. I heard him coming, and that's what they say. Loud pipes save lives. I definitely heard him before I saw him. That one saying, loud pipes save lives, that's one saying. The other one is ride within your limits, and they talk about that specifically when you're riding with a group. I prefer to ride within my limits, so I ride solo a lot. riding solo is the surefire way to make sure that I'm riding within my limits. So I don't profess to be a professional rider by any stretch of the imagination. This is only the second season that I've been riding. I owned a sport bike about 20 years ago, and then I was without one for about 20 years. And then last year I bought a Yamaha V-Star, and then I sold it when I upgraded to the Goldwing. So but as a learner, I do ride in a group, and I do the best I can, but within my limits. But then, like I said, the most comfortable feeling for me is maybe riding with one or two others, but I kind of dig getting out and being a solo rider as well. I'm not very much of a large crowd kind of person. Very much an introvert, so riding alone does not hurt my feelings at all. I do a lot of things alone. Go to the movies alone, go bowling alone. Anything that you would do with a crowd of people that I can do with a crowd of people, I have no problem at all doing them by myself. You got more Pittsburgh driving up here. I saw that person run that light. Make sure, even though my light is green, I'm looking both ways, because love my city, but the driving is something else. I think everybody's hometown has bad driving. It's a different, in Pittsburgh, it's just a different kind of bad driving. But that person on the highway back there who made that bad lane switch to get off the highway, waited until the last available second, reminded me of my desire to get an air horn. Something a little bit louder than the stock horns there. Get a air horn to put on here and make myself seen and heard. All right, YouTube, I'm out. Again, I'm leaving from over here. He didn't want me to record his bike not being in the tip-top condition. He wanted everything to be just right before we record, so we'll do that another night. I figure I'd test out a different color riding home. I usually ride white in the front and red in the back. I decided to do blue all the way around. I think it's a pretty cool look. They got about 16 different colors. I'm not exactly sure what the law is, so I don't want to test the water too much and be riding down the street with it flashing and strobing through all of the colors. The last thing I need to get pulled over for some silliness. So we're gonna take it back to the house. Got a recording session tonight for my ministry, Kingdom Mandate Ministries. I'm gonna leave a link to that in your, ooh, a couple raindrops. I wasn't expecting that. Ain't no clouds nowhere. I will leave a link to Kingdom Mandate Ministries in the description box here. All right. Yep, definitely did not expect that. Just got done wiping the bike down. Just got done wiping her down. It's gonna fool around and rain, make me do the whole thing over again. We got everybody in this lane going 30 miles an hour. Like I said earlier, I'm by no means a professional rider, and I prefer to ride within the boundaries of my skill set. Rain riding is not terribly high in my list of skills. I've done it before, but I really don't like to. And sometimes you have to. So those lights over there, PNC Park, it looks like the Pittsburgh Pirates are playing tonight. For whatever that's worth. Yeah, they're not terribly good. Get it on past the truck. All right. Looks like we might be riding away from the storm. That would be a great thing. About 10 miles away from home right now. If that. Yeah, we're riding away from the rain. Now there's no more drops coming down, just a wet windshield, that's all. No harm, no foul. Just gonna set a cruising speed and cruise it on home. I know what I want to tell you about. We're going to be riding to the roundup, the Black Bike Roundup in Perry, Georgia, a little south of Macon. I'm going to get a chance to do some touring. I was supposed to take a trip to Baltimore, Maryland back in May, but I got sick. I got tested positive for COVID-19 back in early May, and that wiped me out pretty much for the entire month of May. Pretty much from the beginning of May all the way through Memorial Day weekend. I was pretty much laid up and laid out. So, got back on my feet in June, and I do a lot of different things. I have a lot of streams of income, and I've kind of been adding those back to my grind, so to speak, one by one, because I was having fatigue issues. If you know anybody who's had COVID, some of the lingering side effects of it are it just simply wipes you out, just because your body spends so much energy fighting the virus that when you finally do test negative and the virus has run its course, it doesn't take much to lay you out on your back for hours at a time. You can do a little simple thing like, for me, walk my dog to the top of the hill to her squat spot and back, and I would end up needing a nap for hours after that. Just literally had no energy. But I'm really feeling a lot better now, and I'm starting to kind of add things back. So I can't wait for this trip to Perry. Riding down there with the Free Spirits. That's the group that I ride with. You saw them in the Juneteenth parade and one of the other videos, I believe, on my channel is a Free Spirit video as well. I think I got 2 or 3 of them on there, but there will be a lot of footage both from the road traffic outside the tunnel just hits very quickly. That was scary. Anyway, there'll be a lot of footage from the road and from when we get down there in the roundup. You know, I plan on meeting a bunch of people, and so the videos coming from down there should be pretty cool. I missed Wingding 42. I thought this year was going to be my first Wingding. I thought I was going to get a chance to get down there in Springfield, Missouri. From what I understand, next year is going to be in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I am planning to be there on my wing. I've never driven from Pittsburgh to Louisiana before. I've been to New Orleans before. But the one time I flew there from Pittsburgh, and the other time I drove there from Atlanta when I was living in Atlanta. So I'll get a chance to really do some touring and ride that out from here to Louisiana. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm putting my nickels and dimes aside for that one. It's in the summertime, so I don't have to call off work. For the most part, I'm a school teacher, so that work won't be an issue. Everything else I do is self-employed, so don't really have that to be worried about. And yeah, I'm going to make Wingding 43. If it kills me, I would have been there this year. Like I said, I got sick with COVID, and you know that kind of changed up some plans this year. But we're going to definitely make it to the roundup. That'll be a whole lot of fun, and get a chance to see us riding together with the Free Spirits, and we get some action from the trip. So finally get some touring going. Finally confident in the mechanics of the bike. I had some issues I needed to deal with, and the bike is riding well, and I finally feel like I can do some touring and not get stranded somewhere. Coming into the home stretch and get around this bend, and it's a straight run towards Greensburg Pike. We'll get off at Greensburg Pike and take it on home. Riding against the wind makes me a little jittery every now and again. I guess that's a feeling you just got to get used to. Maybe with a little bit more practice, I'll be a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, sometimes those wind gusts can be influential on your path of travel. Especially when you have a tall windshield like this one. It can act like a sail. The cats and the dogs are coming. Now that I'm back on my side of town, I can see it from here. The sky is not as clear. You got some clouds coming over. It's supposed to be sunny all day tomorrow, so hopefully get a chance to make that run up to Erie. As I just want to get some scenery, some of the scenery of Lake Erie up there. Yep. this is a great time to bring it back home, because what it's about to do ain't gonna be pretty.